mildew. So that's the stuff I'm talking about right there. Alright, here we go. See how much mud washed onto the sidewalk. How bad was it? Huh. Yeah. they said flash flood, and they weren't kidding. Oh man. guarantee you it won't be there when I come back the next time. So maybe it's a anti-theft thing that people do. They go in for the night and they take the license plates off of their cars so they don't get stolen. In that case, I guess I can understand. Just doing a walk audit of what the sidewalks are like after major storm in Dallas. And they're not good. I mean, it's not bad. It's just, it's fair. Like, you look at the streets, pretty clear. No mud. No cracks. Now, why am I not calling in all of these airplanes? Because I already know these are flight delays. So we throw the window, we'll extend the window 3 hours. If they ain't got out by 2 a.m., go ahead and start calling up and saying, hey man, what's going on? That's probably what I should have done, was walk down to the George Coker Observatory and catch a glimpse of all that while this the bottom line was, because I had an obligation happen today, I was up till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, for all of you who aren't night breed or live on the night shift or switched around, it's the equivalent to staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning. Which is why I'm getting a late jump, which is why I'm always getting late jump these days. There's always something happening during the day that requires my attention. So normal people, they're up at those hours. Me, I'm up for like 12, I'm up for 18, 20 hours straight dealing with it. And then going to bed exhausted and then waking up 6 or 7 hours later, groggy and messed up. I can't keep doing this. So that's why I'm out here at probably 12:30 now, right? Oh, it just turned midnight. Huh. To give you an idea, bunnies are all over the place, eating everything, I guess. To give you an idea of how messed up it was earlier today, I already got my 10,000 steps in. I went to bed with 10,000 steps on my watch. I got an idiot watering the grass after a big rainstorm. Okay. A cigarette? Huh. What do you think? It looks just like every other one. I never get excited. They all look the same. You know, I always see the outside of these houses. I can only imagine what it's like on the inside. I don't get out much anymore. Part of me was hoping they would fix this, but it looks like what's going to happen is they're going to leave this piece of sidewalk and have the new sidewalk butt up against it. Look at this, man. It's just pure mud. The street's a nightmare. Like I said, I used to run across this, and this street was a nightmare when I'd run. It's weird how the mud clumps up. Like, this one's just like, you can't really tell where it came from. Where will my pivot street be? Why did I call all the way up to Lenel? I had to see how the construction site complaint turned out. And they moved some things, but the other things are still there. And my biggest gripe was that I understand you got to park it somewhere, but here's the thing: y'all closed off the sidewalk on the other one, that one side. Now you're closing off the sidewalk on this side. I was like, where are the kids supposed to be walking when they're going to school? What if you got an elderly person trying to make it to the rec center, and you got both sides of the sidewalk blocked off? You do not want these people walking in the street, especially not down that 6-lane arterial madness. So that's what I was stating. I was like, look, both sides are blocked off now. Where are they supposed to walk? You know, I'm not complaining just to be complaining. I talk to the people and I've had them come up to me and say, hey, I can't get by here. Look at this. And so ever since experiencing that, I can't look the other way. It's annoying to sit, that's the other thing, it's annoying to make tickets as a night person, because they're all investigated during the day while I'm sleeping. And you'll get a call, 1 or 2 rings, and then they hang up and play this game. Well, I tried to call him, but he wouldn't answer. No voicemail, no nothing. To be honest with you, the streets, well, how did the Netherlands deal with this? And I'm pretty sure that when they put these multi-use paths up, the landscaping is definitely part of the design. One thing I did see in the Bicycle Dutch thing was it looks like there's always going to be grass. There's always vegetation around the little red clay or whatever they call it, the bike paths. It looks like the Dutch plan for everything. And then they do a cool thing where they'll do a review and they'll find out what worked, what didn't. So the plan is always evolving. The way a bike path might have looked 10 years ago is not the way it's going to look 10 years in the future. That doesn't mean you tear up. They did such a good job the first time around, they don't have to tear it up too much. They just, if it needs major improvements, they'll wait until the bike path wears out and then they'll make the improvements. I will say that Dallas is trying. How hard they're trying is up for debate. But the bottom line is that they wait, where is that first shit? I can't remember now. Just thinking about that now. They got this little, it's off of Mixon. What is it that I'm thinking about? Okay, it's Mixon and, well, that's Park, isn't it? It's way back there, which means I missed it. Did I miss it? Park Lane back there? I think this is Park Lane. Trying to remember exactly where it is. Okay, Park. No, it's not. It's nowhere near Park Lane. It's. If I go down here, I'll probably see it. I want to see what it looks like right now. This is Lively. Where does Lively go? Unfortunately, Lively dead ends and it'll just go back that way to Park again. Well, they built this whole thing out of spite. Anyway. Yeah, I'm posting this video. Okay, so yeah, if you go there, it goes back that way and it'll just take me out to Park again. So you can hear it. I think this is where it drains out. No, you know where it is. Yeah, I do know where it is. I do. It's yeah. It's the gap that I was always jumping over, and it is by Clover. Anyway, Van Ness should take me straight through. I have never been down here before. I'm pretty sure I'll get somebody's attention. That's not what I'm trying to do. I don't even know if this is continuous. What I mean by that is the sidewalk broken? I've never actually, which is stupid. I should have gone down to Van Ness a long time ago. But in my defense, it doesn't run into any of the stuff that I go to. Looks like just every other street around here where they have completely torn down and redone the fiber of what this place is. Huh. I mean, they still got their Christmas decorations up. It's like a red flag that nobody lives there. There's another red flag. Like I said, I was not paying attention, man. Now look over here. I have never been down Van Ness, but I know it didn't look like this. Every damn house up in the block is a McMansion. It's creepy. It reminds me of Poltergeist. That's right. Take all the pictures you need. Who is this guy? Oh, there we go. This is one of the older houses, so of course it doesn't have erosion control. And because they've got this tree here, it blocks the grass from growing down there, so it all died off. But they could have planted a low light. Huh. One of these things is not like the other. I think this is why I've never been down Van Ness. Oh no, he got a new sidewalk. Van Ness. So I guess they got a Van Ness place and a Van Ness circle. It's weird. Dead ends. I know where I'm at now. If I go that way, it takes me to park, where I was yesterday. Meanwhile, my glasses are fogging up, so the toothpaste didn't work. Guess I could try slobber. Where does that take? That's Seguin? I don't know. Let's see. This looks familiar though. That's because all these houses look the same. Another situation where the tree is killing the grass. A little coarse gravel. Oh, now I'm totally lost. Oh no, I'm not. I know exactly where I am now. Huh. So that's where this let's out at. But unfortunately I missed the mark. So if I go back this way, I know where it'll take me. Close but not exactly where I want to go. This will let out over at I forgot where that street is, but it's closer to the concrete thing I want to go check out. What I really wanted was a good test to see if this helmet, how decent this helmet is in rain. Every single time I try to get that test to happen, I get Well, I think the weather hates me. It didn't let me see the blood moon. I come out here already in my gear, and it's like nothing. Sometimes I wonder if somebody actually lives there, or they just leave the TV going to make it look like somebody's actually there. America's a depressing place, man. Big giant houses where nobody truly lives. It's like they don't think anybody's gonna steal from them. You put the box out there and said, hey, I got a big 65-inch LED. That's an expensive TV. I think I was gonna buy one, but I had bad experience with LG with my 55-inch. And yes, I can tell people I have a 55-inch because it was a first generation LG TV, 4K TV, that runs on WebOS, and it is not that great, especially being the first generation. It's just an LCD TV. I got it on sale at Walmart because I could not get fucking. I kept buying it. I was buying TVs from Amazon. I think they were Samsung TVs. And every time I had them ship me 3 TVs before Christmas because I needed it for a family thing. And every time they shipped me a TV, it was broken. Somehow they had an entire batch of TVs that was broken. They came in broken on delivery. Well, this is not good. So I come down here, and I'm stepping in water. See, I'm looking at that retaining wall that has buckling in like that. And the rebar's rusting out. I was surprised when they put this patch up. They did a really good job on that, actually. They could have done a better job, but hey, it's Dallas. One of my other... How do I walk on this without... See, and it comes out here. So the ground is soaking up some of it. It'll slowly become a problem. But yeah, all I wanted was for them to fix this one part. No, I was taking pictures of multiple things. They got the gist. I said, hey man, you got rebar showing. So, I mean, my response is, it's not... I get about 75% satisfaction from the city of Dallas. I want to say that. Maybe 65, 75%. There are times when I had to fight way harder than I should to get some issues addressed, and then there's other times where I just had to put it out there one time. I was angry at Public Works. I still kind of am angry at Public Works, but I understand. But I also understand that they get paid a lot of money to keep car brain people happy. Kick a little bit of that back to us pedestrians. Stop here just like a second-class citizens. This whole area is like that. That's what that guy was trying to tell me. That behind all of these, they have flooding problems. And in fact, there was a guy on Nextdoor, one of the first, well, when I signed up for Nextdoor, he was talking about how ever since they put that pumping station in, this street constantly was flooded, rain or shine. I kept wanting to go over there, and I just put in a sprinkler system. Yep. Won't that be fun? Sprinkling the mud. I confess I don't really know what's going on here with what the guy was telling me. See how they got it all blocked off here? They were starting something and they didn't finish. This whole area is a slippery mess. When I fill out my map, it's going to be, or the area map, it's going to be very confusing. What did I say? Van Ness, Post, and I don't know what that other street is. Is it Dunhaven? This is Dunhaven. Anyway, the whole reason I did this snaked path, or like I said, I already got my 10,000 steps in. And I started at 11:30 because reasons. And so I knew that I was going to be walking this like 30 minutes out in the hour here, so I didn't need to walk a long distance for Thursday. See what we got here. That's weird. You see it flowing down here, and then it goes down around there. Like nothing here flows right. It's almost like it's going up the hill and then down and back this way. And this looks kind of stagnant. So that leaf tells me everything I need to know. There's not much of a current here. Okay, now it's starting to flow. This is going to take forever. So it's coming up, veering over, and then it's going to come back down. Now it's being pushed back. This current makes no sense. That is a weird path. It went up, then it flows down. Okay, so now it picked up some momentum. Well, I think this thing is stuck there. It looks like it's going to make its way through there, but it is struggling to get around this divot. Anyway, that's how the flow goes. And where's that other stuff coming from? Maybe it's coming off the street. Yeah, that's what's happening. So it's actually flowing down off the street, going across the sidewalk. I don't know where the mud and sand came from. Oh, it came from here. Anyway, that was my whole reason for coming down here, was to see what was going on in the canal. I was hoping that maybe there was enough rainwater to come in there and wash the limbs out, but the limbs are staying pat. Standing pat, excuse me. Someone's out here. I can smell them. It smells like perfume and fresh coitus. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't know. I guess anytime's a good time to get your freak on. Maybe they got the window open or something, letting some of the stank out. Oh, that's not good. Sorry, man. He's like, don't be sorry, just stop chasing me. I was like, I'm not chasing you. I'm just trying to get across the street, bub. Feral or stray? Oh, he's most definitely a feral. I should not have seen him. Somebody's gonna scoop this right up. I start selling these houses on Gaspar, man. That's a wrap. I haven't gone down a Gaspar in probably 6 years. So the way it worked was I used to go down Lomita, and if you keep going down Lomita, eventually it turns into Gaspar, or it hooks in a dead ends. It dead ends at Lakemont, and then when you cross the street, it becomes Gaspar. I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on that visor I saw for 35 bucks. See how it fits on this thing. Damn thing will have me looking like RoboCop, but it might come in handy someday. I should have just bought the bump helmet instead of what I got now. Well, this is going to be fun. You know what? I'm crossing the street. See, other people don't have that option though. Put in a construction site complaint and then watch myself fight with Public Works. I got a cat guardian watching me. You know, that's one game that I'm surprised that Nintendo didn't try to milk for multiple sequels. They do that. They were doing that like in the 90s, where there'd just be, they'd make one game and then you would be like waiting half a decade for them to come out with a sequel, because it's like, well, we didn't plan on making a sequel. Like Metroid, they made Metroid and then didn't come up with a sequel to it until the Game Boy days, and then I guess maybe they sold a lot of them, I don't know. And then came Super Metroid, just blew everything out of the water. Forgot how weird some of these 90s sound effects were. Like I remember Ultraman, I hated the game, but the soundtrack, now that I'm thinking about it, the soundtrack was so weird that it was kind of a neat showcase of what the sound chip could do on the Super Nintendo. When I'm talking about the sound chip, I mean like, so the perfect example is, not, this wasn't a Super Nintendo, but this was 16-bit in general. So you had Sonic the Hedgehog's Casino Night. And they were using some samples in that one with like just brassy horns. And the brassy horns were just this neat sound effect of the 16-bit era that always resonate with me. Was it 1 a.m.? Almost. Go home and watch a couple episodes of a Mexican cartoon called Villanos. And it's extremely well drawn. Looks like it's got some funny little stuff to it about a team of villains. Or more precisely, they're like a team of anti-heroes. It's really hard to describe. Well, let's just say that it's not black and white. It's always the gray area of morality.